and that'll do it. Ball game. For the third game in a row, the White Sox refuse to give in to history, and they sweep the Angels 7-0 in this three-game series.
In a season that has seen the White Sox pile up the losses, they break through with 3 straight wins, sweeping the Angels, scoring all 7 of their runs in the 5th inning. Chris Flexen gets his first win since May the 8th. They've won 5 straight at home, and the loss total remains at 120. It is White Sox Postgame Live here with the legend Ozzie, Guillen, World Series hero Scott Podsednik. I'm Chuck Garfien, and it's the final home game of the season, and I always get nostalgic about the season that happened, no matter it's a good season or a bad one. And then I go forward to what will happen when they're home again. And let's hope it's a much better future ahead for the White Sox after what we've experienced here in 2024.
It's not going to be worse. I said that last year. I put my word to it. It's not going to be worse than this. What happened this year? Hopefully next year they stay healthier. They have a good plan to go for the fans can watch this ball club in 2025. And it's all the best. You know, they have everything down there. Don't be anxious. Make sure you think about it. What kind of ball club they're going to put. What direction they're going to go, and live with them.
Yeah, with as bad as this season went, finished off nicely here at home with the sweep. Again, today was a good ball game. Not as crisp the first 2, but they're going to have to play clean baseball going into Detroit. Detroit's hot right now, but I'm really looking forward to this season now. White Sox got some momentum, playing with energy. There's something on the line, so I'm really looking forward to these next 3 games as well.
All right, so we talked about after the end of the game that, you know, Ozzie was calling this. He was saying all week long they're going to sweep the Angels, and everyone came to the ballpark. I shouldn't say everyone. A lot of people came to the ballpark wanting to witness history and seeing the White Sox lose one of these games. It didn't happen. Here's what Ozzie said 3 days ago on this very show.
They're not going to lose in Chicago.
Oh, you're going there. You think they're going to sweep the Angels? You actually not think, you believe, you know.
I believe that. You know why?
Why?
Because baseball finally jumped to the White Sox size a long time. That's a good, I don't know, a good feeling about it. They might lose it in Detroit, but I don't think they're going to lose it in Chicago.
Okay, you heard it here first. Ozzie again says they're sweeping the Angels. And what you were referring to was what happened after they won the first game. The baseball gods seemed to be smiling on the White Sox after Lopez was unable to make that catch late in the game.
It was, you know, how many times they not catch that break all year long? Never. I don't remember one. Okay, it's a break for the White Sox. Now they had that break. Today, Lopez make another error. They open the gate. Open the gate for all those for the score. But I got the feeling, man. I want, you know, I mean, you don't want to come to my house, steal my food, and also take care of my car to get right back home. No, I don't want you to be in my house, and that's what the White Sox did. Very proud of them, the way about the business today.
Here's a tweet by John Greenberg, who wrote a nice story about us in The Athletic this week. He said, the consensus, this is a tweet by him, the consensus in the guaranteed rate field press box is that we're watching the worst team in baseball, and it ain't the White Sox. The Angels did not look good. I mean, they, I think, set a franchise record for losses in a season. They're not good right now. You know, we're talking about 2 teams here. I like the future of the White Sox right now trending in a better direction than the Angels.
But it's a funny thing because I say it, and I'm making very clear. I only watch this ball club for 3 days. And the ball club I'm watching for the last 3 days, wow. You know, that's a wow. Like, what is this? What we playing? Who's that? Who is this? It's a lot of things out there. Maybe they have a great minor league system. They have, I think.
They don't really, and they actually traded 2 of their best prospects to the White Sox last trade deadline, Edgar Caro and Kai Bush. That was the Ronaldo Lopez, Lucas Giolito trade.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know, but I love the manager. I know the general manager very well. Yeah. I think they're dealing to get better, but what they think I watched these 3 days, I don't care about the rest of the season. They think I watched it 3 days. There's a lot of holes to fill.
And last year they had this guy named Ohtani. Ohtani was on their team last year.
Ohtani and Trout.
And Trout.
And what's it going to say?
Rendon.
And what? They finished last.
Yeah.
I'd rather finish last with not spend all the money than finish last having those guys on the team.
Yeah.
We saw plenty of games this year where the White Sox make mistakes and they beat themselves.
Yeah.
We saw Anaheim do that. You just cannot make mistakes in the big leagues repeatedly and expect to win ball games. They lost two of these games with the mistakes they've made early.
There is one person on the planet that I am the most happiest for. His name is Chris Flexen. Here is the field coverage pitching recap brought to you by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Chris Flexen, you know why he's got that smile on his face? Because he finally won a game. It had been since May the 8th. He has certainly pitched good enough to win, I don't know, 8 times, 9 times, 12 times since then. Yeah, the performance today was amazing. 6 1/3, 5 hits, no runs, 7 Ks. What did you see from Flexen here today?
And he got finally some offensive support. But what Ozzie said earlier in the post-game, or the pre-game show, I'm sorry, and what we were talking about is his competitiveness. And I really think what was on the line today brought the best out of Flexen. Early in this game, you could see that he was in it. I could kind of sense just some intensity in his eyes. Competitors, when the game's on the line and when they're in these kinds of situations, they have the ability to elevate their game. Some guys fold under that kind of pressure when things are on the line. He seemed to have risen to the occasion today. His stuff was great, command was great, and he was just pitching out there with an intensity that you could see.
Yeah, it's just one thing about it. I think this, from the second half on, this guy's been great. A couple of back games, but San Diego, it was pitched that great. But it's been like this almost all second half long, but you've been pitching very well.
Yeah, Paz, what you were saying there, I'm trying to get in the mind and the heart of Chris Flexen. He's a competitor.
Yes.
He had not won a game in 4 months, and he's like, okay, if I don't win this game, I got to go all off season, and it's going to basically be a calendar year before I win again. Now, he can't swing the bat, but he could do all that he could to keep them off the scoreboard. And how do you put your team in the best position to succeed? You don't give up a run, and that's what he did.
Yeah, gave up a base hit to lead off the game, induced a double play after that, and I think he got momentum from that and just carried it on. But I could see the body language that he was feeling it, and he was pitching with something extra out there because of what's on the line. He was aware of this situation. Yeah. He took control over it.
All right, but we've been watching White Sox baseball all year, so it's the 5th inning, and the Sox haven't scored a run for him. And it's like, okay, are we going to do this show again? Is he going to go 5-6 innings? They're not going to score, and he's going to get a no decision and a loss? Well, instead, the White Sox offense explodes in the 5th inning. 7 runs, 7 hits. They sent 12 men to the plate. It was a season high in runs in 1 inning. Ozzie, what are you seeing here? Well, this is what opened the door, was Lopez making the error.
Yeah, opened the door. I think he tried to throw the ball before he made that play. But finally, we put a good inning together. Very together. You see that? I think that count too, like, you know.
There should be 2 outs right now.
Yeah,
at
2
least.
outs.
Yes,
Yeah.
mistakes.
Yeah.
And he's beat on the double play, but I think Vargas also very well.
Yeah.
Keep the inning alive.
They need to get Vargas a bigger helmet. You notice that when he runs hard, look at him, he has to keep his helmet on his head.
I was opposite. Every time I smell a hit, I take my helmet off. I don't know why. That's stupidity, but this
was a big hit,
very
right?
good today.
Momentum is huge in any sport, but especially there's something about it with an offense. You know, sometimes offenses need a spark, and that error open up the door, and then they just gain momentum from there, and then you look up, they post a 7 spot. But some really good at bats. You see it going with the pitch, not trying to pull it, hitting the baseball where it was pitched. A lot of these hits went to the opposite part of the field where they were pitched, so weren't trying to do too much. 4 hits with runners in scoring position today, which helped. So nice to see the offense show up for Flexen finally.
All right, so Ozzie, you were a great shortstop, great defender back in the day, but you made errors from time to time trying to get in the mind of Lopez. What was it like when you were responsible for an error and then it opened the floodgates and this happened and there was nothing you could do about it?
I think I was lucky. I was very lucky about every time I make an error, don't win that far. But also, when I make an error, my week is gone. I make an error Monday, all that week, I'm sick in my stomach for a week.
Wow.
That was almost, well, that's the only thing I can do is catch a ball and throw it. I can do anything out in baseball. But it's one thing about it, you know how you feel. You know, it's like, my God, we're not going to stop this. I opened the gate last night, a couple of nights ago, it was me now today. But physical error, you have to live with them.
Yeah.
Mental error, that's the one you got to cut down right away. And it's not easy, man. Believe me, the way I take baseball, I can be 0 for 8. It's okay. The long if I miss a bunt, I had a bunt side, I miss it, or make an error, that ruined my day completely.
All right, well, Andrew Vaughn had a big hit in that 7-run 5th inning. He's with John and Steve.
Here with Andrew Vaughn, 3 hits in the game. The White Sox getting a 7-0 win. Describe what that 5th inning was like in the dugout for the White Sox.
Yeah, that was exciting. Hitting's contagious, and it sure was right there.
Well, Landry, you've had a year that, like in 2 halves, you really started to turn it on. Did you do anything different the last couple months of the season? Because you were squaring up just about everything.
Just focusing some more. Beginning of the season definitely was a rough one in the box. Tried to do too much, and second half. I mean, not necessarily second half. About June, I just said, let's go play ball. Focus on my work, and just put my head down and play ball.
You're one of the leaders in the clubhouse. How would you sum up this last home series of the season?
Yeah, these were 3 great games. All the boys played their butts off. It was phenomenal to see.
Also, your work in the community. We show the video of you on your hands and knees putting together a home set. What has it meant for you to get out in the community this season?
It's the best, man. Me and my wife love doing that. Love being able to give back to the community in any way. If it's making a smile, that's all important to us.
Good win here at home. 3 more left in Detroit. Andrew Vaughn, thanks so much.
Thanks, guys.
Nice job.
All right, meanwhile, Grady Sizemore speaking with the media, brought to you by Comcast Business Beyond Fast.
Do you have a lucky shirt or?
I have worn the same shirt for 3 days in a row. Even though it was hot, I was sweating like crazy today, but I had to keep it on. Yeah.
Have you always been superstitious?
No, but me and the coaches were all. I think we all layered up for that rain out game or the rain delay game, and then we've been on a roll since. So we kept the same shirts going through the whole series. Yeah, not superstitious, but today we did.
Like an efficient in being able to score those runs. We haven't done that all season.
Yeah. I thought it was just a great inning. Guys put together good at bats. I thought we got the big hit when we needed it. I thought Jer did a good job kind of sending that guy in between, and we got the extra run. And then I thought after that we just we kept adding on, kept putting the pressure on, and it's nice to have those innings where you kind of explode and get some runs and get some cushion for your pitching staff. It was a fun game. It was a fun way to end the series and a fun last home game.
It hasn't been a perfect season for Chris, but he's gone 23 starts without a win to get the win and pitch as well as he did. It wasn't like he backed in.
Yeah, I was so happy for him. I when he came off the mound, I told him I appreciate the passion and the effort he's put there all year. I know the wins and losses haven't been there, and he hasn't had a lot of good luck, but he competes. He wants to be out there, and he shows it. He wears it right there on his sleeve, and I appreciate the effort.
Would you like to think they played a little inspired ball with all this stuff swinging around?
I think they've done a great job of separating and not letting all that external factors get to them. So, I think today was just a good example of we've been playing a lot better lately, and then just being able to separate all that stuff and just focus on what's in front of us, what we can control, and just executing. I thought they did a great job of executing and taking advantage of all the opportunities this series.
From Lenny over the last month?
Just great at bats. I think now that he's kind of had a chance to just kind of play every day and get comfortable, you're seeing just better and better at bats. And I think even before this stretch, I thought he had a lot of hard outs. I think just quality at bats every day. Now we're starting to see him kind of fall in and just continue to put good at bats every night, and just it's been fun to watch.
Are you gonna wash your shirt before the Detroit series?
Oh, I wash it. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I wear it every day, but I'm not. Yeah, I don't want to be smelling either.
What does it feel like to be on the road now, and the travel there will be a little more palatable than it has been?
Yeah, it's going to be a fun flight. I think guys are excited after this series, and it's going to be a fun atmosphere there. These guys are playing for postseason, and we're going there to compete and not make it easy, and try to get wins and try to just keep going.
All right, so the White Sox sweep the Angels. Grady Sizemore wearing the same shirt. He did wash it, but when you were managing in Venezuela...
But it's everywhere. My God, I have the biggest superstitious player in the history of the game. History, not just the White Sox.
So what would you do?
I was the worst. I was the same. By the way, one day I had a winning, hitting streak. I had 14, 15 game winning streak. In that streak, I was hitting 125, one hit every 5 at-bats. And I remember Robin to say, I hope you get 0 for 4 today. I said, why? I'm tired to sit next to you and you only were hanging out there like
You wore the same underwear.
It's saying everything. I was very bad, bro.
And you didn't wash it.
No.
Woo!
Oh, I was managing
Robin Ventura.
I was managing Venezuela.
Yeah.
My white pants, they even know what color it was because it was chewing tobacco, dirt. I never watch it because I had it. You know, I wear the same stuff is the team playing well? I guarantee you I'll be wearing that thing for, not like, watch it, I put it back. No, just don't touch my stuff.
Okay.
Don't touch. I was very ugly and very bad.
All right.
That don't help me, though.
All right. Well, moving on to Garrett Crochet. He starts tomorrow, last start of the season for him. Had some interesting things to say about the team this year. This was before the game. I'll show you some of these quotes here from Garrett Crochet. He said, we tried to force the chemistry in 23 and 22. This year, we tried to force the play fast motto. What we were trying to do with play fast was go out there and beat Cleveland. And we're not Cleveland. Though they play a very admirable brand of baseball, that's just not who we are. We have a different type of player in our organization than they have. What do you think? Oh, and then he also added this. I always liked in 21, it was a different cast. That was the other one in the division. But I liked how it was kind of the villain role. We kind of owned that. Everyone hated us. That sort of thing. But focusing on what he said about 22 and 23 and fast, playing fast, and that being when the team doesn't match the motto, so to speak. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it goes to having an identity and understanding what that identity is. I think each player individually has to know who they are, what they can and can't do. A team has to know the same. Who are we? What do we do well? What are our strengths? What are our weaknesses? You cannot go take this big league field and try to be somebody you're not. You can't. You got to know who you are. I mean, for example, I was a leadoff hitter. It's going to do me no good to go up to the plate and try to hit home runs. I wasn't a home run hitter. I had to stay within myself and play my game. The White Sox need to find out exactly who they are, what they do well, what are their strengths and weaknesses, and go out and play that kind of game. Garrett Crochet recognized that. Next year, maybe they can make some adjustments and go out and find that identity.
Right. So Pedro Grifol created that acronym FAST, which if I can remember correctly, and Jason, our producer, might be able to help me, play fundamentally sound. Let's see, what else was there in that? Play fearless. F stood for fearless. I'm trying to think what else it meant. But it didn't mean just running and playing fast. It meant aggressive, selfless, and be technically sound. That's what it was.
That's Pedro saying that because he read a stinky book for somebody saying that.
Yeah.
And you can do that. Like I say, okay, the White Sox, their job is not like, okay, just be like Houston Astros. Okay, let's do like a Tampa Bay. No, just be like Chicago White Sox.
Yeah.
Get one thing, still winning, and make sure you do whatever you pick to do it right. You want to play defense, you want to pitch well, stay with it. Don't try to imitate a team playing well. Oh, let's be the Yankees. No, just be the White Sox. White Sox baseball. Good guys wear black. I remember that one. But by the way, yes, we got to play. Okay, we got to go all speed. Bring the faster guys, and we don't care about home runs. We just care about stolen base, about bunt, about hitting. Speed and pitching. Don't go out and imitate another team. No, don't do something because, oh, look, this team doing well with these guys. These guys. No, that's a bunch of crap because they don't have the same abilities, like Scotty said. Then everybody's different.
All right.
Congrats, you finished the video. If you want to build on that success, download the NBC Sports Chicago app. It's got highlights, exclusive insights, and push alerts tailored to you. Everything you need to be a real Chicago sports fan. Download it now.